up a waterfall. You may have heard of going down a waterfall, but Barry Nolan is about to go up one.
Right now, I want you to notice, first of all, before we get started in this sport, how chic I look with my matching ball, with my outfit here, the nails, the gray. Do you like it?
You know, Penny, it doesn't matter if the holes are the right size or whether the ball is the right weight. It's if it matches your outfit.
Absolutely. It's so chic.
A true bowler.
Well, hey, Norman, before we get started, I noticed the name up there for the scoreboard for you, Big Norm.
Big Norm, that's right. Now, I don't want
Sure.
I'm going to be modest here, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get over 300.
April Fools, folks. We know for sure. Hey, still let him prove it? Go ahead. Let me see it. Take
Fine.
it. Go.
Okay, here we go.
It was rigged, okay? It's not true. I know there's someone back there going, I'm impressed.
Thank you.
This guy's too good. Okay, so moving right along. In the late 70s, it became popular to do the life-saving technique called cardiopulmonary resuscitation, or CPR. And thousands of people started taking CPR classes, and they practiced on a doll known as Resusci Annie.
CPR hasn't changed much, but Resusci Annie has. Now she's known as Video Annie, and she's a lot more sophisticated as a teacher.
Well, thanks for joining us tonight here at Sydney's. We've had a wonderful time here at their soda fountain, enjoyed some great sodas and even better sundaes.
That's right. You can get into the 50s atmosphere all year round, any day of the year, any year it is. The 50s are here at Sydney's, and we have had a good time.
They're open 7 days a week, by the way, from 7 a.m. to 11 at night. And starting in 4th of July through Labor Day, they're going to be open 24 hours a day, so you can come in and enjoy a soda after the show or just any time.
That's right. Bring your woman.
And tonight, to close out the show, join us now for the debut of Norm and I with the Sidnettes. Here we go.
Welcome to Marion Island. We're about to settle into one of the favorite activities here on the island, and that is a picnic.
Great, I'm looking forward to it.
The San Francisco Bay to Breakers Foot Race is not only the largest in the world, it's also one of the looniest.
The 7.5-mile race goes from San Francisco Bay to the Pacific Ocean. Now, most of the participants say the point is not necessarily to run, but to have fun.
We don't usually get this cozy,
Not usually, no.
bringing out the animal in me.
Oh, no. Well, you're here. Have a good night.
Let's go down and talk to our PM Magazine co-hosts, Penny Bradshaw and Norm Jones, and see how things are going down there. Hi, guys.
How you doing, Dave? Hi, Nancy. We are down here on the street, and what a crowd.
Oh,
Boy,
this is great. A lot of excitement down here.
thousands of people down here. Of course, they've been setting up since early afternoon, about 1 o'clock. And as you said, Dave, the bed races were underway, and I think they're just about finishing up those bed races. They had 12 entries.
We saw some great action down here, by the way. There was a cherry pie bed that went flip up in the air. It was pretty exciting.
One accident. That's right.
That's okay. That's not too bad. You know, Dave, as you mentioned,
We know you're an ambassador. How many are with you?
Well, when we started in 1979, there were 70 couples. Now there are 600 ambassadors. So it's really grown, and they are the people that do all the volunteer work for all the things that go on at the festival.
Yeah, we know there is a lot of volunteer work involved. If someone wanted to be an ambassador, how would they go about doing that?
Check right at the Cherry Festival.
The place is Lay Park. The event is the Indianapolis 500 of the National Cherry Festival, the Turtle Races. It gets bigger and better every year, and we're talking to one of the racers right now. What's your name?
Spencer,
Spencer, where are you from?
Traverse Lake. My cottage is out at Spider Lake, and that's where I catch them.
Alrighty, what's your address? No, I'm just kidding. Which one of these turtles are yours?
That one is
What's his name?
Mets.
Mets?
Yeah.
What's, now what is the training process that Mets had to go through for this big race?
He didn't have to do anything. We just caught him because he was really fast. And he just goes like that when he's on the boat when we caught him. And he just exercised like that.
So you'd say Mets here is at even money for this event?
Yeah.
Alrighty, well that's where my money's going to go. So you didn't have to give him any high-protein flies for this or anything?
No.
Alrighty, well good luck to you.
Thanks.
There were approximately 100 participants in this year's event. We talked with one of the officials, Diane Dennis.
This is really shaping up, the turtle races today.
It looks like it. Last year we had about 350 turtles. I bet you wouldn't think there were that many in town, but there are.
A lot of kids here today, too. Is this bigger than last
A lot
year?
of kids. At this point, I don't know. It looks about the same right now.
Alrighty. Now, we hear that you furnish turtles for the people from out of town.
We do. We have about 20 extra turtles, and we ask children in town if they are leaving the event to please let us have the turtles so that we can lend them out to visitors, and then we release them all when the event is finished.
Oh, so all the turtles after the event are let go. You don't make soup or anything?
No, we let them go.
Okay, that's great.
We only do cherry things this week, not turtle things.
Do you have any favorites? Are there any favorites we should be watching?
I don't at this point. As we get going, I could probably, give you a name or two, but I haven't seen any of the entrants at this point.
How long have you been with the Cherry Festival?
For 10 years. I started out as a chairman of an event and then went to being a director, and now I'm vice president.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Now, interviewing isn't always easy, especially when the people I interview don't talk.
Okay, now, do you have a turtle in this event today? You have to think about it. Do you have a turtle here? Okay, which one of these turtles are yours? I pick hard questions. It's my fault. What's your name? Well, what's your name, huh? You having a good time?
And just before the race began, I spoke to Casey from Traverse City.
Now, this is a fine-looking specimen of a turtle you have here. Do you have a name for him?
Lightning.
Lightning. Now, has Lightning been going through any special training for this event?
Yeah.
What have you been doing?
Putting in my sandbox, exercising a little.
About how often do you do that?
2 days a week.
Yeah? About 2 days a week? That should do it, though, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lightning looks like a fine turtle. Are you worried that maybe his legs are just a little bit too short?
Yes.
But you think he's going to win anyway?
Maybe.
Maybe. A definite maybe is what we've got.
So, this is how you race turtles.
Get set, go! Whoa! Let's go!
And we have a winner. What's your name?
John Hammond.
John, where are you from?
I'm from Washington, Indiana.
Washington, Indiana. And what is your turtle's name?
I don't know. He's not mine. I borrowed him.
You borrowed him from the people here at the Cherry Festival?
Yeah.
And he turned out to be a winner?
Yeah.
Well, if you had to name him, what would you name him?
Oh, I don't know.
How about Speedy?
Maybe.
Well, looks like Speedy's a winner. Congratulations, John.
Thanks.
Well, there you have the turtle races for the 1986 National Cherry Festival from Lay Park. A lot of activities all this week. I'm Norm Jones. Right now, everything at Bay Furniture, everything is marked 48% off for their big two-day sale. Save 48% on living rooms, dining rooms, and bedrooms, but for today only till 9 o'clock. For example, the 7-piece bedroom set is just $918. The 7-piece dining room is reduced to $572, and this 3-piece living room is just $832. Hurry in today only till 9 o'clock for this big sale at Bay Furniture. Save 48% at Bay Furniture, next to Mainstream Sports, Traverse City.
Good morning, everyone. It's 6:43, 17 minutes before 7 o'clock on this Thursday morning, November 9th. I'm Norm Jones, and Ron Jolly is on assignment this morning, so you just have me. And a couple of interesting guests, too, from the Northwest Michigan Chefs Association. We'll have a cooking demonstration by Frank Soames, and we also have Tracy Towner with us this morning. And Tracy is one of the organizers of the Bid for Bachelors benefit that'll be going on tonight at the Traverse City Holiday Inn. We'll find out how the one in Petoskey went, as that happened just a couple of weeks ago. And but as always, we'll be checking community announcements and the weather as well. For the first update on news, Ron Jolly will be back at 7:23 this morning. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, October 5th. Now about 17 minutes away from the hour of 7 o'clock. 43 degrees in Traverse City this morning. 32 degrees in Sault Ste. Marie. Getting us right up to date this morning, Ron Jolly. Morning, Ron.
Morning, Norm. In the news, we will have that report on the Mackinac Bridge accident.
Have you ever noticed the building on the corner of 14th and Cass in Traverse City?
I'd love
brick
to say.
building.
Well, I don't know, that Girl Scout building over there is the only one that is that it?
No,
Oh.
but you're real close. It's the old Traverse City Light and Power substation.
I see.
And it hasn't been used for years. It's right there on the corner of 14th and Cass.
Okay.
You probably only notice it if you drive by every day.
I'll look for it today.
Okay, and as you drive by, you'll notice the improvements that they're doing on the building. We had a chance to talk with Bill Modzell and Chuck Holliday of Modzell Screen Printing, and they decided to renovate this building, go through any troubles they may have had, to get this back into action.
And you visited with them.
We did.
Okay.
We have a piece that we'd like to show you right now.
Ever look like maybe you couldn't salvage the building, or did you know right from the start before you purchased it that it was something that could be saved?
Well, we knew that it could be saved. Some people probably thought it should not have been saved because, for whatever reason, I don't know. But we immediately saw that it was just what we needed. It has 12-foot ceilings, wide open spaces, and with the addition we placed on here, it's just what we need to operate in Traverse City, which we're delighted to do so.
And you mentioned also that it was within walking distance of your home, so this was really a good location for you.
That's true. I believe in saving gasoline, so I'm going to walk to work.
Yeah, and saving time for sure. Now, this wasn't, this has never been on the city tax rolls.
To my knowledge, it has not, and at least for the last 50 years, I know it hasn't, because this building was built about 1935, from what I understand, and when we bought the property, it is now on the tax rolls.
The partner, of course, is Bill Modzell, and Chuck, we thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Norm.
They have done, all that I saw, they have done all the work themselves. There's a couple of guys who, this business has been around for a while, but they're the ones who are doing all the work by themselves, what I saw, but I'm sure they've had a little bit of help.
And what's special is they got it back on the city tax roll.
That's right.
Which I wonder if anybody could do that with the governmental center. Make a great department store.
Yeah, he said that. I didn't.
Guys get together and they dispense some very valuable information for free.
And as he had mentioned, there's a lot of people in northern Michigan who are trying to get small businesses started, either from downstate or people who've lived here all their lives.
A lot of people should probably take advantage of this service, too, in northern Michigan.
It seems like the golden opportunity.
Okay, what's going on the community calendar today?
Well, Ron, we have a couple of blood drives to mention to you. First of all, the Bethlehem Lutheran Church on Garfield. Garfield and Peninsula Drive in Traverse City is having their blood drive starting at 10 o'clock this morning and going till 8 o'clock this afternoon. A lot of time to head on out. Also, the Mesick Rescue Squad is having their third annual blood drive today, starting at 1 o'clock this afternoon and continuing till about 6:45 tonight. That'll take place at the Mesick Rescue Squad building in Mesick. Traverse City Osteopathic Hospital's Diabetes Support Group is scheduled to start tonight between 7 and 9 p.m. in the doctor's study on the hospital's first floor. And the Sheboygan Community Memorial Childbirth Education classes begin tomorrow night at 6 o'clock in the hospital lecture room. Again, they start tomorrow night and continue through November 14th. If you're expecting, you should contact the Sheboygan Community Memorial Hospital. And finally, on our community calendar, we would like to mention that tonight is the TV 29 and 8 Holiday Inn Tailgate Party. It starts off at 5 o'clock tonight at the Traverse City Holiday Inn. Weather-wise, Ron?
Weather-wise, not too bad of a looking day here. We'll have light winds out of the south with highs about 50, fair skies. So we'll have some sunshine and a few clouds as well. Should be good for looking at the colors. Then tonight, clouding up, chance of rain with lows in the 40s. Not as cold tonight. And for tomorrow, a cloudy day with a 60% threat of showers in the air, and our highs a little warmer in the mid-50s. And it says there it'll probably cool down on Wednesday. So we'll look at that tomorrow. And tomorrow, what are we doing in the studio here?
Doug Cunningham will be with us, and Doug's going to be talking about that computer virus we've been hearing so much about.
I've been waiting for that. That's odd.
He's going to be talking about safe computing, and if you don't understand what the virus is, well, it's okay, because we didn't either.
Okay. It's not contagious, is it?
I hope not. I don't personally have a computer, but here at the station, we do have our backup. But we'll talk about that. Thanks again to Bud Tharp for coming in this morning from SCORE on Northern Michigan this morning. Have a good day. Good morning, everyone. It's about 17 minutes before 7 o'clock. It's Thursday, October 26th, and good morning to everybody. It is 60 degrees, clear skies in Traverse City, some fog like you saw yesterday morning in the Sioux this morning, and it's 50 degrees in the Sioux.
Another warm morning, not quite as foggy, not as widespread or dense, but definitely some pockets of fog around the northern part of the state today. We'll look at the weather in a minute. The warm weather should continue right through Monday at least. In the news today, the Senate approves that a parental consent abortion bill. In Manistee County, canvassers will recount some millage election results today. Some parking problems ahead for Traverse City senior high school students, and the World Series. If you remember, the World Series will resume tomorrow in San Francisco. We'll have details on these and other stories coming up in just a few minutes. And we have a couple of guests in the studio today.
That's right. It's 2 for 1 day. Okay. Linda Carlson will be in here talking about Red Ribbon Week, the week-long opportunity for you to support a drug-free society. We also have Tracy Towner with us, and she's going to be talking about the March of Dimes bid for bachelors, and that's coming up.
And the weather forecast for today.
Looks like a sunny day, as we said, a high again near 70, possibly 75, just as nice as it was yesterday. Fair tonight, and light southerly winds keeping it rather warm, mid to upper 40s for the overnight low tonight.
Sounds good. We'll be back with a look at the news, and Norm will talk with your guests and have more fun ahead on Northern Michigan this morning. Welcome back to Northern Michigan this morning. It's about 5 minutes before the hour. Before we get into our chat with Tracy Towner about the big... Everybody, 15 minutes before the hour of 7 o'clock, Northern Michigan this morning on the first day of December. Good morning, Ron. Morning, Norm. Looks like somewhat mild temperatures for the weekend. For today, our forecast calling for cloudy skies today with our highs about 30 degrees. Could get a few flurries, and then for tonight into the 20s. For the rest of the weekend, we'll have the forecast coming up in just a moment. And also today, Norm, we'll be talking about, or with whom? With Mrs. Claus, the one and only Mrs. Claus, about some projects going on in downtown Traverse City for the holiday season. We'll have all of that when Northern Michigan this morning continues.
What's your sign?
Norm, what are you doing? We're working.
I'm almost done. Maybe you've seen me on television before. I'm Norm.
Norm,
No?
you're not doing very well, so maybe we should just get back to work and kind of forget about it, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Well, one of the things most of us look forward to at the end of the
Time.
So, what are you doing later?
I got a yacht with some wine coolers. I thought we'd go for a ride.
The gander.
Norm, don't bother me. I've got something going here. You didn't.
So anyhow, where can we go get those wine coolers?
Yeah, I got them on the yacht.
Well, as Linda has completed her full day at the salon, we know she's had a great time. She's done everything from arriving in the Champagne Flight limo all the way up to the finishing touches on her makeup.
Now Linda is all primped and proper for a night on the town. And we know she feels good because she looks great.
She sure does. Well, we're going to let her have a good time. We'll say good night. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Good night. Some of the other famous clients include Winston Churchill, Picasso, and Marilyn Monroe.
And tomorrow we'll get some beauty tips from some stars who are over 40 and still look great.
Wait, do you want me to look at the camera? Okay.
Yeah, they don't want to see.
All everybody's seen this half hour is you.
That's why we're here.
Sorry.
It's a restaurant.
Stand by.
Hey, Norm, what's up for tomorrow night at PM?
Well, tomorrow we'll take a look at some ageless beauties.
I'll see you. Okay, here we go.
Alrighty.
In our first story tonight, comedian Phyllis Diller's biggest joke has been her looks, or lack of them. But she admits her pursuit of a prettier face has been no laughing matter.
In fact, Phyllis has spent thousands of dollars on trying to look younger. Part of our Staying Young Week here on PM Magazine, we decided to talk to Phyllis.
Okay, Norm, Penny, you guys got your script down for the
Yeah.
national hello? Okay, Mel, how's the audio over there? Okay, Jim, we rolling?
Tape is rolling.
Okay, looks like we're all set. Stand by, please.
Good evening, I'm Norm Jones.
And I'm Penny Bradshaw.
We're the PM Magazine co-hosts.
Magazine, can we see you in Chicago?
Well, no, ma'am. You see, the segments we're doing right now are only seen here in Northern Michigan, so... For WGTU-TV in Traverse City, Michigan.
And
Did you really meet Michael Jackson?
well, no, we didn't meet him. I've heard his record,
Yeah.
so. On behalf of our producer-director, Nancy Sundstrom, our videographer, Jim Rockledge, and our audio technician and editor, Melanie Schmidt, we'd like to send a big hello
You want to interview me?
Later, maybe.
Okay.
hello to all our PM staff across the country.
You know, the national office told us there'd be days like these.
During the Nixon term, it was Dennis's job to escort Mrs. Nixon to the beauty salon every week. The staff got so used to him that they even give him his own chair.
He's still in the Secret Service agent business, but he's no longer working for the chief executive. He's now working with business executives. He teaches them how to travel safely to foreign countries.
Well, Norm, you ready?
You bet.
Aren't they cute? I like
Let's go.
Okay.
Already practicing.
Up next on PM Magazine, find out how this...
You can catch Rose's television debut tomorrow night on Dynasty.
And by the way, Rose got that role as a birthday present from her son. She'll be 86 this Friday.
And coming up next...
Well, welcome back to the Cambrian Inn Lanes here at Sundstrom.
Co-starred in the film Down and Out in Beverly Hills, and he can do more than 100 tricks.
But the one trick that he does best is stealing the scenes from other actors. Now, there's not many four-legged actors who get the Royal Star treatment, but Mike is one of them.
WCCW-FM, Traverse City's new 92 light. Good morning to you. Steve Cook along with the morning edition once again. We'll be making a Bob Farley birthday call a little bit later on this morning, so make sure and stick around with us.
Next up, she's an aspiring model and a no-holds-barred wrestler. There's so many visitors to Vancouver because of the fair that some of the locals have set up their homes as bed and breakfast inns to accommodate the overflow.
Are you ready for a weenie?
Yep.
All right. Get your bun over here.
Fine. We're on Mackinac Island enjoying some of the gorgeous scenery here during the Lilac Festival. Of course, our trip is hosted by Shepler's Ferry all this week.
If you want to make a splash in Beverly Hills this summer, you better be prepared to get financially soaked.
Sunbathing in the capital of glitz can be very expensive, especially when even the tiniest bikini can cost thousands. Tonight's show of PM Magazine as we visited the Great Lakes Llama Farm here in Maple City. And Thursday night and Friday night, we're going to look at more of the Empire Maple City area.
Now, if we've kind of intrigued you with the llamas and you think you might want one for a pet, contact Brad Sprouse out here in Maple City at the Great Lakes Llama Farm, and he can set you up.
And thanks very much for joining us tonight. We hope you'll join us tomorrow night. Good night.
Good night.
Interesting